Welcome to Viben Gold, a collection of guided meditations put into podcast form for your easy listening. My name is Vivian Gerard, and I will be walking with you through the intoxicating now moments of life here on this planet. These audios are intended to be used as a full meditation if you want to close your eyes, settle down into a comfy spot, and let your subconscious come all the way forward. Or it can simply be some background conversation where the nuggets of information that you most need will make their way into your awareness. Whichever way it works for you, I invite you to open up and enjoy fully this journey of life that we are all taking together. So much love to you. Good morning and welcome to Soul Shine. It is Sunday, October 9th. We are changing seasons in the month of October here, and there is a lot moving. So let's take some time and get present, check in, see what's happening, and then perhaps begin the next week even more aware and conscious of what we're creating in our lives. All right, so first, good job. Good job creating an hour for yourself to just sit and tune back in. It is hard to fit into the schedule sometimes, so good work. Okay, go ahead and notice where you are sitting or laying down, how your body feels. Feel the pace of your breathing. And as you pay attention, as you bring awareness to your breath, notice the pace with which you're going in and out with the inhale and the exhale. And then see if you can align with your body's natural breathing rhythm. So if you weren't forcing it or trying to slow it down or control it, if you were just letting your body breathe, just as it wants to, what would that rhythm feel like? And you may notice as you're breathing in and breathing out that you need to kind of resettle your body a little bit. So maybe you have to kind of wiggle into your seat more or stretch out if you're laying down and let your legs and your arms take up a little more space. Sometimes the lungs and the heart, we lean over, protect them. And so when we finally say to our body, it's okay to just breathe, it's like we have to pull our shoulders back, open our space back up so that the air can just come and go more freely through our respiratory system. So just notice what your body is wanting to do and then give yourself room to do that. In yoga, whenever we begin, she has us sitting straight up in what she calls the easy pose. You have your legs crossed, your hands loosely in your lap, your shoulders back. You're resting on your sit bones, the back part of your bottom. You're leaning into the earth with the sit bones. But your shoulders are stretched open and straight, and your neck is aligned in this easy flow from the floor all the way to the sky. You're just, perpendicular would be the word, right? But it's called the easy pose because that is the simplest way to begin to tune back in, to notice your body and your breath and come back into alignment. So feel that for yourself. What does easy pose look and feel like for you as you begin a meditation? And maybe you make that the way you begin each time when you meditate now. Let me start with an easy pose. Let me come back to comfortable and alignment with my breath. As you breathe in through your nose. And as you breathe out, you want to exhale long and slow through your mouth and allow the breath to sink you further into your body, to call back, pull in your energy down through the center of your body all the way into your hip bones. It might take a few choppier breaths before you really feel yourself doing a long, slow exhale that lets you just land. right here. Good. Good, and let's bring our attention to our hip bones, to the sit part of our body that has us sitting on the floor. If you're laying down, it's okay, you can go to the same place. But feel the density. When we're sitting, the hips hold the heaviness of our body in the chair, and then the chair holds the heaviness of the body to the ground. So when you bring your awareness to the lowest part of the mass of your weight, which would be the place that it bends in the chair, right? From sitting up to your legs going out in front of you, there's that center spot where energy can start to gather. As you notice and bring your awareness to that dense part of your body, allow your energy system to send out a signal. Some sort of radar or toning sound or calling back of all of the places that you have deposited some of your attention throughout the week. If you haven't been on the call for a while, it might be throughout the month or throughout the year. Notice how there is a disbursement of who you are that goes all the way out to lots of places and people and things. And so creating this time to call your energy back into your body allows you to gather back your power, to feel your own strength, to feel your own solidness here as a soul in a human body on planet Earth, right? You are this beautiful combination of physical and spiritual. And when our physical is sitting in the chair and our spiritual is out, doing a million awesome things, instead of being here for a moment combined with the physical, your power is diluted. You're less than fully here. So just play with it. Call back your energy here into your body. If you like to track like I do, what percentage am I present right now? You can ask, you can feel or sense how full you are with yourself. And then you can just monitor, as I feel my energy coming back into my body, I went from 50% to 60 or to 70 or all the way to 80. The goal is 100% present, and yet if you started at 30% and you get to 60%, awesome. Like, how awesome is that you've brought more of your awareness here? And the more you practice, the easier it becomes, and the faster it returns to you, the more you notice when you're not present. So it's not an evaluation or a grade that you're giving yourself. It's just noticing and then continuing to work on it so that the process just happens easily, automatically. And what happens when we call our energy back in, our chest tends to go, oh, there isn't enough room, right? I'm not used to this feeling of fullness. So notice if that's the case for you or your truth, and then send the energy down. Start to fill up your limbs, fill up your legs all the way to your feet. Send energy out your arms, down your shoulders, out your arms to your fingertips. Yeah, and then notice your chest has more room now. Your hips don't feel quite as dense because you've spread the energy out. So now there's room. Call back more. If you were at 60, go to 70 if you want. If you're at 80, go to 90 or 95. Just feel in this moment, what if I call back more of me into right here, right now? And then use your breath. Let it settle into your body. If it feels too tight in your chest, just keep spreading it out your limbs, up your neck, into your head. And then relax all of the muscles. So sometimes when we're doing this energy work and we call back our attention to here, we feel we have to grip or hold on to it to make sure it doesn't run away again. right? Like you'll corral all the energy into your physical body so it doesn't leave, and then you'll sit really tight, really still, and not move so that none of it escapes or leaks out. It's all just a game, a practice. It's just noticing how present am I and how quickly does it move back out. Okay, I'll call it back in again. So when you relax your muscles, what you're telling your physical body is, this isn't all that serious. We're just playing. We're just learning. We're experimenting with this. We can enjoy this process of calling our energy back. It doesn't have to be hard. There's no forcing. So you consciously tell your physical body that. Yeah, and then it can just relax. It can just be here, sitting in a chair, noticing how present you are without it being a big deal. What I have found is the more I do this, the more comfortable I am with my energy being in my body, and then it becomes something I crave. It's not, I got to go do that thing. I need to go sit and meditate. It's, I know how good my body feels. I know how alive I am when my energy feels so present in my body. I want to be in that space again. I want to feel the buzz, the surge of aliveness when I'm fully present. And so my meditation hour becomes something I crave every day. And I feel the shift from before to after. I notice the clarity with my work that I can step into, the clear way I can communicate with my family after I meditate. So just notice how you feel, and then perhaps give your body permission to enjoy the process. Yeah, it can be enjoyable. Meditation can actually be enjoyable. Oh, so good. All right. So let's go ahead and put your feet on the floor. If you're laying down, you can use your heels or your ankles. And let's connect into Mama Earth. We're going to talk about this a little later, but there is a rumbling that I have been feeling underneath the earth. The words I was thinking about for today are shaking up. There is a shaking up of energy, a loosening of tight, stuck old places or hidden secrets, or a reprioritizing that I feel like moving across our planet right now. And so as I invite us, hook into the earth, I just want to name what I have been feeling. There is a lot of power moving and rumbling underneath the earth's surface, and I think it's possible for many to be afraid of that. It's unpredictable what the earth will do, and it can be violent and it can be devastating. Yes, I agree with all of that, and I believe when you're fully present and you connect in with the earth in a space of respect and honoring for the clearing that our planet does on our behalf, for the purification. Kai Pacha has called this the year of purification, and I so agree. But if you feel the strength of purification, when the earth rinses the surface of the earth in busy populated areas with water, there is a clearing out that is happening, whether we understand why in the moment or not. There's a rinsing that needs to take place. And so the earth co-creates that with humans who happen to build homes in places where she was planning on doing some purification. So as you feel your feet resting on the surface of the earth, or whatever level above the earth you happen to be in this moment, the word I keep getting right now is respect. When we respect that there is a knowing bigger than we understand, that the earth has a sense of time and healing and power that we as simple humans can't possibly grasp in its fullness in the length of time that the earth has existed. There is a master plan or a master knowing that the earth operates from. And we sit here with our little feet, our tiny little feet on this huge expanse of earth with our wisdom of 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years, thinking that we know so much, thinking that we have all the answers and, we can do as we wish on this planet. The word I feel today is respecting the power that is underneath our feet. And I believe Native American Indians have practiced and shared this wisdom from as far back as I remember reading about the ceremonies and the ways that they talk and describe animals and humans and earth. If we can feel that same match to the reverence, the respect that they try to show us for Mama Earth, to me there becomes a flow and alignment between humans and earth that is, I'm having a hard time finding words this morning. It is divine. It flows easily. Sacred. It's very sacred. It's also very strong. When we are in our busy lives with full schedules and so many tasks and places that we need to go to and things to do, we disconnect from the natural rhythm that I believe the earth holds for us. The rhythm of the day, the rhythm of night and light, the rhythm of the seasons when they change, the rhythms of sleep. We tend to disconnect from some of that because our minds and our busy schedules of this time and era take us away from that old rhythm. And yet what I find in meditation is you can connect back in an instant. You can choose to plant your feet on the earth and with reverence and with a desire to reconnect, you can just feel it in a moment. And I believe that this earth wants to love and honor all of those who live here and wants to support the expansion of love, the creation of new ideas, new ways, bigger levels, higher levels of consciousness. I believe the earth wants to support all of that. That's the partnership of being humans here. And yet it's a co-creation. It's us showing up, wanting that same growth, and then being willing to meet nature with respect. So in this moment, as you feel your feet on the floor, you can imagine that you have roots that just start to gently dance and weave through the dirt, going down into the surface of the earth, almost as if you could hear like a Native American drum beating. I was listening to Liquid Bloom this morning. It's one of my favorite tracks. It's called Roots of the Earth. And it feels, the rhythm of it feels like you are dancing down. You are becoming one with the heartbeat of the planet. So as you feel roots going down, you can just imagine whatever it is that has felt heavy this week to you in your life, or whatever has felt confusing or stuck or whatever emotions have come up that sometimes feel uncontrollable. Sometimes we just get so angry or so sad or so scared, or sometimes even happy can make us feel like we're out of our bodies. The extremes, the range, the rapid shift between emotions, it can leave us feeling off balance. And so my belief is that the earth wants to bring balance, bring steadiness, just like gravity, provide a grounding, provide a base that says, I'm right here. You are a human, one of the many billions that I'm supporting in this moment, and I can hold all of that for you. And so you can just imagine whatever those feelings or dense stories are, that they can make their way through your body down to your feet. Yeah, I feel it particularly in heart space today, like sore hearts, or almost like torn hearts that have been stabbed at a little bit or poked, just some painful places. You can imagine that story or energy just becomes a liquid that just drains all the way down to your feet. And then it can just move through the roots from the bottoms of your feet all the way down into the earth, just dancing and weaving with dirt. And you can go as far down as you would like to, a few feet, 10 feet, 100, 1,000 feet, a mile. Yeah. And then the beauty of being a human, the gift, the highest gift of being a human is free will, choice. So you can hold on to whatever the pain is, or you can choose to just surrender it, hand it over, knowing that Mama Earth, with her millions, billions of years of existence and her understanding of time and love and support, can hold it for you, can purify it for you. Yeah, I think I'll share a quick example just to validate any matches you might be having to this. So this week my husband got hurt at work, and he called on his way to the emergency room, and he didn't quite know what he had done, but I could feel the shock to his body when I talked to him. I could feel the pain, like he was in a lot of pain. We found out, we think he's torn a tendon in his bicep. So there was pain, but there was also this fear of, is this a permanent thing, or can I fix this, or what have I done to myself? A lot of shame or guilt. And I felt all of that in the phone call. And there's a match in me of how temporary is life? What if this had been something more serious? What if life can change in just an instant and we don't have any control over that? What if it had been worse? There's a matching vibration that I felt of, oh God, life is not controllable, right? Life is unpredictable. We never know when we're going to get this surprise or bad news. And so I noticed for myself the rest of the week I was on guard. I was like, okay, what else? What else is going to go wrong? What else could happen? How else do I control life, other people, those around me that I love? How do I protect everyone? How do I put them all in a cocoon so nothing bad ever happens again? Right? And I feel that same protective mama energy from Earth, from our planet. Like I believe there's this desire to support us, to nurture us, to buffer us from pain. And yet, as souls, we came here as humans to experience contrast, to experience joy and sadness, love and loss. We already know how beautiful love is. Like, we know that as a soul. So if we didn't have the contrast of the physical here on Earth, what would the point be of a human journey? Why would a soul even bother coming to Earth? Why not stay in the universe and hang out with souls who are all happy? We come for the contrast. And so in this practice time of meditation, and I know I'm going on a little bit about this, but it feels important. In this practice time of meditation, there's an invitation always to partner with an energy that is so much bigger than our small human understanding, than our one individual soul. There is this enormous strength and depth of the earth and of source, of all collective consciousness, not just our one tiny soul's experience here in the human form. So for me, coming back into meditation each day over the past few days has balanced me, has helped me release the places of fear and the inability to control. It has brought me back to this steady knowing that there is something my husband is meant to learn from this experience. There's something I'm supposed to learn from this experience. There's more that will be created from whatever is going to unfold over the next few weeks or months. And there may be more disasters, there may be more problems, but it's always to teach, to expand, not to punish or limit. So feel any matches to anything I said in your physical body, from the tops of your head all the way down to the bottoms of your feet. And just give it a direction in which to flow. So you make the choice, right? Any matches to any of that. Yeah, I don't need to examine them, feel them. I can just move the matches. I can feel it as an energy that drifts from the top of my head or flows like an exhale sigh all the way down through my body to my feet, and then out into the earth. Why? Because she's here, because she supports us, because she's under our feet always, holding us steady, supporting us with gravity, pulling, tugging down those places that are ready to be released. Yeah, take a moment and just see whatever matches you have, whatever energy needs to move. Let's go and take a couple minutes just individually to feel what is there, and then play with giving a direction down and handing it over. Even if you feel like you're clear, scan again. You may be surprised. Good. Go ahead and release any last pieces out of your feet. Hand them over to Mama Earth. Nice. Good work. Good work. And then relax all of your muscles again. Let your body become limp and lean back into the chair. Connect back in with your breath. Good work. That felt like a huge clearing this morning. Okay, Source. How do we play with Source today? I tell you what I see, and I'll just name it, and who knows why, but this is what it looks like. So there's this energy of dancing. I don't know why, but that's what's coming up to me. And I feel like when you release a lot of energy, when you move out some stuck places, for me, there's this resurgence of energy that I feel in my body, and it's like, oh, I got to get up and move. When I have a really beautiful meditation, I usually have to stand up, and especially after soul shine calls, I have to get up and move after the call. It's like, oh, we got a lot of energy through, and now my body is wanting to shake and rattle a little bit. And so what I was seeing when I said, how do we play with Source, was literally Source taking the energy of a human and holding his or her hand out to us and going, can we dance? Should we dance? So if it feels like a match to you, go ahead and play along with this. If you feel like you just want to sit and feel energetically, the steadiness, the calm of Source, you can do that. I'm going to sit, but I'm imagining or visualizing my energy standing up and accepting that invitation by Source to dance. And then it can be whatever dance feels right to you. Some of you may want to just start moving your bodies and dancing like you're on a dance floor, or you may want to do a drumming tribal dance. For me, I have no idea how to waltz, but it literally looks like Source has, these really big, beautiful arms. Like in Dancing with the Stars, they start with the arms in perfect pose. This is so funny. And then I just step in and we just start moving around the floor, and it is this synergy of thought and motion and love and play. It's just really beautiful. It's a connection, right? It's an energetic, it's a vibrational connection when we tune in to God or the creator energy that created all. I believe that's the name that the Native American Indians use, as creator. And that probably feels the most in alignment, along with Source, to this one energy that started everything, that started planets and stars and humans and breath. And often I wonder, and I get this from my clients, why would Source want to talk to me? Why would Source want to hold his or her hand out to me to dance? What? Why? My answer is you, me, we are all part of that energy that created worlds. We come from that same energy. Whatever name you give it, God, one, we all come from that one original energy. And it would be like saying, if you had one child or 30 children that were yours, you wouldn't want to dance with them. You would dance with any one of your children, no matter how many you had. And I feel that certainty of love from Source for each one of us. So maybe you're up doing the salsa, maybe you're doing a country line dance. I have no idea. Maybe you're just sitting and watching and feeling the beauty of Source dancing as an energy. But in this moment, let your vibration match the vibration of the energy that creates everything. And feel how incredible that energy is, and then the match in you, how incredible your energy is. Again, I hear the word sacred. How sacred each of these moments are when we tune back in. Yeah, I'm going to let you have a minute to just feel whatever it is that wants to be felt here. Whew, good work. I would invite you also to pause for a second to just feel what type of music, or if there was a specific song that you were hearing. I believe, this is my opinion, but I believe that Source speaks to us through music. I think music is a vibration unlike any other. Breath and music are this vibration that you can tune into, and whether it has words or not, your heart resonates, your soul resonates with certain types of music over others, and it keeps your heart awake. It stirs it, it breaks it up again when you're trying to lock it down. And so just notice in this moment what kind of music, if any, you were hearing, and then allow that to guide you this week. So when you sense or feel something in meditation, it means something, always, always. It means something. So pay attention to all those little nuances, those small ways in which Source is trying to show or guide you towards something, and then apply it after meditation. So if you're hearing salsa music this week, fill your week with salsa music. Let the music dance and play in your soul, and it might spark new ideas. It might just soothe some hurt places. It might just wake you up and get you going faster in the mornings. If it's country, my husband loves country, and my kids tease him about it, but he's so steadfast. He's like, the lyrics to country music are like me talking. They're my stories, and they make me happy. They make me happy to hear them. For me, it's a whole blend of music. So allow whatever it is that you were hearing or sensing. Maybe it's instrumental. One of my friends just got a sound bowl this week. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's just hearing toning, that your soul can vibrate with a certain tone, and it just settles everything. So allow yourself to be guided by whatever just showed up. And then pay attention to how you feel. If it keeps your vibration up, if it pushes you in the direction of another kind of music, follow the trail, follow the guidance, and watch how that play, that dance with Source through music takes you down different roads into different inspirational areas. It's so delightful. I use the lyrics from songs when I'm on my morning runs. I use those lyrics to create little picture posts that I put on Instagram, and it just makes me happy. It makes me happy to take what I'm feeling, combine it with a visual, and then just give it to the world. Just share it. There's nothing I need back. It doesn't matter who sees it. It's just I'm so happy to send it out, to create something that is beautiful, that is from my soul. It delights me. And so give yourself that place to play and explore with music and dancing with Source. Let it delight you. Oh, so fun. Okay, so go ahead and put your feet on the floor again. Lean back in your chair, relax. It's so interesting. I'm not quite sure where this is going to take us, and also that kind of thrills me that I have no idea where it's taking us. So this morning when I was thinking about what I'd like to talk about, I just keep coming back to this visual of the earth shaking us awake right now, shaking us up, rattling, rumbling, with coughing, like the earth is rattling to go, are you guys paying attention? And we're seeing it in the physical form right now through Hurricane Matthew, which, has devastated Haiti, is moving all the way up the coast of the eastern side of the United States, and millions are without power. People have been hurt. Homes are damaged. There's just this shock of devastation that nature brings when she's rattling the way I feel it right now. And I sit here knowing I'm safe in my Midwestern home, and that's not impacting me, and there are so many who are going to have their lives devastated from this. So I say all of this with such compassion and love. I don't think anyone is to be blamed for it or anyone has done anything wrong. It's more the big picture I want to look at. You know, when the earth has a volcano that erupts or a hurricane that hits or a tsunami wave that devastates an island or snow that shuts down, you know, certain cities or states, I'm always curious about why. Why is that happening? You know, it's not coincidence. Nothing, I believe, happens on our earth without purpose, without reason. So why those places and why those families or people? What is it that each of us is meant to be learning from participating in the disaster or from watching from the outside or from, you know, trying to assist with those in the disaster? There's always a vibrational match. And I was talking to a friend of mine this week about, you know, why is this hurricane happening right now? Why is this week when this devastation is going to occur? And it felt validated when I saw the news about Trump yesterday. You know, in politics, it's been such an ugly campaign, such a vicious attack of character on both sides, and it's been so polarizing for our country. You're either with that person or you're not, and I hate you if you are, I hate you if you are, and it's been such a rattling, a shaking up, a rumbling in our society. And those who are watching from around the world are having their own experience of it too, right? Like disgust for Americans or respect for whatever they're seeing. I don't know. Like everyone has their own match to what they're witnessing. But when I saw this news come out about Trump yesterday that many political observers are now saying is the end of the campaign, you know, he's gone too far is what I'm reading and seeing in the news. It's a rattling out of truth, a shaking up of what's hidden underneath, you know, which matches the energy of Mother Nature right now, like shaking it up, loosening our attachments, making us get really clear on what is our truth and what is underneath the stories we're telling ourselves. What are our roots? And where do our roots go down to? And that's crazy to watch from the outside, you know, from where I sit looking at the news feeds and the stories. I can go into fear like I did when my husband got hurt, you know. The world is out of control. I have no way of shaping my future. Everything is going to happen to me. You can step so easily into the victim space of surrendering, but from defeat, from lack of power. And what I feel from the earth is the exact opposite. I feel what she is offering is a chance for all of us to step into more truth. You know, to step into an empowered place of choice, of using our voices, of knowing that all is exactly as it's supposed to be. That we are all co-creating this moment and the moments that are going to come from it. That no one is the victim. We're all small humans with little feet on this big planet. And it takes the collective energy of all of us to shift the planet to a new place. So the word that I used in my email this week in the middle of all of this was priorities. You know, I could feel my priorities shift when my husband was hurt, so I had a full day of activities for work, and I stopped everything and left. You know, I went right to the hospital, and And then that realigned the priorities for the day after and the day after that, and everything started to sort of snowball and pile up a little bit. And I feel the match in that with people who are being displaced by the hurricane. When a state is forcing evacuations, everyone has to leave, and so your routine that you are familiar with is disrupted. And there's uncertainty in that and fear. And so if we go to the place of trusting that there's a higher reason, even if we don't see it, immediately we step from fear to empowerment. Right, so this month, as we talked about last week, is about balance and relationships. First with self and then with everyone around us. So in this rattling or shaking up of what happened with my husband, my self-relationship came into question too. So how do I clarify what's most important in my day and then find balance with that and navigate from a different place than what I thought I was going to navigate from? So perhaps you have a match to that. Maybe there are big changes happening in your schedule or in your work, or maybe there's conflict in your relationship. Maybe other people's schedules are impacting your schedule. And there's a way we can step into victim or blame, right? I never get what I need. I can't create what I want to create. Everyone's always expecting other things from me than what I want to offer. And I felt that. I totally felt that this week. Like, I love him, but oh my gosh, like, doesn't he know what that means? Yeah, so when we step into balance with self and we get really still and we let go of the fear, so we drain the fear out of our feet. You can do this right along with me. We drain the fear out of our feet that life is not controllable. And we find that really steady, still place inside of the center of our bodies that knows it's okay, that knows that life is meant to be joyous and peaceful and expansive. Yeah, see if you can feel when we start the yoga sessions with the easy pose. It takes a few minutes for me. It takes a few minutes to trust the sit bones, to lean into them, to relax the muscles, to still my mind, to come back into alignment with my breath. It takes a few minutes for me to do that and to find that still space right inside. Once you do that, it's easy, but it takes awareness and attention to remember to do it. There you go. Good. Good. And notice when you find that still place inside, for me, I can't help but smile. It's like my whole body goes, oh, of course, everything's okay. Of course. Yeah, so just enjoy this for a moment. Enjoy the fact that your brain can stop the chatter for a minute and you can just feel the steady stillness right in the center of your body. Knowing that all is well. Knowing that out of destruction comes creation. Last week we used the chant Om Namah Shivaya. Last week or the week before, I forget. But it's that knowing of all is going to be just fine, and it already is. Yeah, if you notice that your mind wants to go wander and try to grab something to go outside of you, just love it. Just go, oh, I get that you want to go do that. And right now, we're just going to be right here and sit and feel how calm and steady our world is. How we're right in the center of it, we're creating everything that happens to us. And we can make it good or we can make it bad. We can make it easy or we can struggle. And meditation is just a space to come back in and remember. Yeah, notice if you want to check out of your body. So you might have gone quiet or spacey for a moment there and you didn't hear what I was saying. No worries, no judgment. Just feel your sit bones again. Feel the bottoms of your hip. Pull your energy down and in to the physical, all the way down to your hips. Feel your feet connected to the earth. Roots dancing. Yeah, so good, right? Roots dancing underneath the earth. There you go. And then find your balance again. Find your center right in the middle of your chest. Relax all the muscles. Good. The more that you create space to practice this, the easier it becomes, the faster you drop in, and the more of a routine it will become throughout the day. So you'll just feel when you're wanting to check out, or you're feeling when you get wobbly, and you just do this. You do exactly this. You just go, I'm going to close my eyes, even if I'm in a busy office and people are watching, I'm just going to turn my chair a little bit or put on my sunglasses or just take a quick break and lean my head against the back of the chair and close my eyes. And I'm going to put my feet on the floor and ground. I'm going to feel all of my attention come into my body. And I'm just going to sit here and just get centered again. You can do it in 30 seconds. You can do it in a minute. If you want to take a coffee break, you can do it in 5 minutes. You can sit somewhere quiet and just create this balance. Why do you want to do this? For me, it's because it lets me clear out the heaviness or the density that has me confused or stuck or in a loop, or in my mind trying to control and predict what's going to happen next. It lets all of that go away. And then I also feel myself filling up with peace and with steadiness. I feel my center of gravity become clearer. And with that space, creativity and clarity just flow. It's so much easier than trying to force. What I have noticed for myself this week is my family has needed more attention from me than what I had expected. And because I am meditating and finding this centered space more and more often, I'm able to stop in the middle of whatever task I was going to be doing and stop and pause and look right at the person who wants to speak with me and listen and hear them, really hear them, and meet them in whatever emotion they're feeling and help guide them to a place of feeling seen, feeling loved, feeling steady. You know, this month of relationships, it's stirring up so much. Oh, it's stirring up so much for ourselves and for everyone around us, you know. I mean, if you don't believe it, just look at the political scene. It is like bombs are exploding in politics. What I have noticed, just to continue the example of my husband, what I have noticed is he needs more support now because his left arm needs to be still. He can't use it. And, you know, that takes my paying attention to see where he needs my support and being there for him as he needs it and encouraging him. And it's a rebalancing for he and I of some of our chores around the house, some of our ways in which we sit next to each other. You know, he can't cuddle me the way he used to because his arm hurts, and so everything's just sort of readjusting, and we're finding a new sort of rhythm between us. And that shaking up is a good thing. It's shaking us out of our comfort zone, out of our routine, our rhythm, and creating something that I believe is going to be even stronger and new and fun and expansive. So when I pause and I drop the fear, and I trust and feel my steadiness, my rooting into the earth, the trust that the earth has me. When I feel the playfulness of Source wanting to dance and celebrate and be in love with life, I know all is well. No matter what happens today or tomorrow or next month, I know all is well. And so I'm finding a new balance for myself. I'm finding new balance in my relationships. So let's take maybe 2 or 3 minutes and then we'll wrap up. And I want you to just see, as you just sit here and just feel your own balance and notice when you want to check out and come back in, ground. Like just take a few minutes and feel what your center of steadiness is, and if there's anything there for you to notice or pay attention to. I'll bring us back in a couple minutes. Okay, let's go ahead and bring your attention back to this moment. It's so funny in yoga class, she usually ends with Shavasana pose, so we're all laying on the floor, and she's like, just melt your body into the mat and feel it going down into the earth, and it's like the best part of the yoga class, and I just lay there, I'm like, oh, it's so good. And then she always says, okay, come back to presence. I'm like, oh, no. I feel that today. It's like, oh, really? So go ahead and just start wiggling your body a little bit. That was a lot of internal, inner balancing. So feel yourself and your connection to the external. You might want to shake your shoulders or wiggle your feet, shake your hands. Let yourself come back to here, this moment. And then feel for a second how filled up you feel with yourself first, right? What your balance and your relationship is with you in this moment. How steady, how aligned, how energized you feel. And from that place, know that you can go and be with anyone today. You can be in any environment, and you just have more to offer out because you're filled up from inside first. So feel that balance. Take a couple breaths. Any last pieces you want to release into the earth, breathe them out. Stomp your feet, shake them out. Stretch back your shoulders, and then just go and relax. Relax your body. You can open your eyes if you've had them closed. Yeah, and just know I send so much love out with you today as you go enjoy this gorgeous fall afternoon. Have a beautiful day, everybody. So much love.